All right, so here we go. Time to start a little bit of review for our quiz coming up. So we've read the problem already. There's a 30% chance that you're going to be chosen to win the right to purchase your Cajun Chicken Hero as a 40 person problem homeroom. What is the probability that exactly 4 people will win, right? So again, we want to know how to do this in the calculator. So to do this in the calculator for these problems, the number of trials, right, is the number of people in the homeroom, which is 40. P is 30. Okay? And for each of these, we're going to write down whether we need binom PDF or binom CDF, and what our X value will be. Okay? So for exactly 4 people in the homeroom, this is binom PDF. Anytime you need exactly a number, it's always binom PDF. And then our X value is going to be 4. Okay? All right. And now for numbers 2 through 7, they're all going to be binom CDF. So these are all binom CDF. And I guess the question just becomes what the X values will be. So this is binom CDF, right? Cumulative density function, because we're doing more than one person at once, right? So we want more than 10 people winning. So this is the probability that X will be strictly greater than 10. More than 10 is strictly greater than. So if you remember, our calculator can only handle less than or equal to. So this will be actually equal to 1 minus the probability that X is less than or equal to 10. So we do our X is 10. Okay? And on your answer key, you'll get what all the numbers are supposed to be. But if we're going to plug this into the calculator, we do binom CDF. Still with 40 trials, our probability is 0.3, not 30, 0.3. And then we plug in 10. That gets us this number, and then I subtract it from 1 to get my final answer. All right? So at most 13 people, that's the probability that X is less than or equal to 13. Okay, so this is just our binom CDF. X is 13. At least 15 people, so it's the probability that X is greater than or equal to 15. Now again, our calculator can't handle that. So this is equal to 1 minus the probability that X is less than 15, strictly less than, which is equal to 1 minus the probability that X is less than or equal to 14. And that's the one our calculator can handle. So X will be 14. Again, I plug that into the calculator for binom CDF with 40 and 0.3. And I do 1 minus that number. All right, so for number 5, at least 12 but less than 16. So this is the probability 12 is less than or equal to X is less than 16. If you remember how to split this up, this is the probability that X is less than 16 minus the probability that X is strictly less than 12. We want to do, right, so this is X. The smallest X can be is 12, so we want to subtract everything less than 12. So another way of doing this is the probability that X is less than or equal to 15 minus the probability that X is less than or equal to 11. And these two things you can plug into the calculator and get an answer, right? So this guy, you do binom CDF, X is 15, same 40, same 30. And here you do binom CDF, X is 11. All right, then we have at most 18, but more than 8. So this is probability that x, 8 is less than x, less than or equal to 18, at most 18, but more than 8. Excuse me. So this will be probability that x is less than or equal to 18 minus the probability that x is less than or equal to 8, right? Because this is the smallest x can be is 9, so the opposite of that is less than or equal to 8. Right? And then I could do just these two binom CDFs with x is 18 and x is 8. And then for less than 20 people winning, this will be probability that x is less than 20, which is equal to the probability that x is less than or equal to 19. So we need to do these less than or equal to's to do binom CDF. And the probability that I'm hungry right now is very high. Approximately 1. Okay, so next one. All right, so again, this will be similar to the last one, except we're doing geom PDF and geom CDF. Okay. So I'll do a couple. This will be, again, we have our P is 30, right? And our X value we get from the problems. So these first two, these are binom. P, D, F, we want exact answers, so they're probability density functions. Fifth person chosen will win. That's X is 5, and then X is 8. Okay, now for 3 through 8, these are all, not binom, but geom PDF. These are all also geom, but they'll be C, D, F. Okay, because we're going until we have a winner. And I'll let you try to set the inequalities up yourself. Remember, to do any of them, we have to be less than or equal to. And remember, you will get an answer key. So good luck and study hard.